Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Now today we are talking about Jacquet. Honestly, this transfer has probably come out of the blue for a lot of Arsenal fans. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted that apparently Arsenal have made initial contact in the French 19-year-old centre back. He's on the list as options in case of exits this month or eventually for 2026. Now this season, look, we've already signed a young upcoming centre back in Mosquera, and this was probably the least expected transfer that was going to happen, another young centre back. But it does look like this is potentially a backup for four defenders in case one of the two leaves, and that's, of course, we're talking about Kivio and Zinchenko. Now, to be honest, I was open to Zinchenko leaving, but however, as from a smart perspective, I think Arsenal should be keeping Kivio. I wouldn't mind signing another young centre back, but to be honest, I don't think he's going to be playing for Arsenal this summer. I think it's more of a case Arsenal sign the player and they just have him loaned out, similar to what we've done with William Saliba. But I do think Mosquera will be in the team with Arsenal this season, and he will get the game time. And I think Jacquet will be the centre back if we do sign him. That will be loaned out. And to be honest, when you look at Arsenal centre back options, I do understand why Arsenal are trying to sign a centre back, just because of the fact that we've now had a lot of injuries. We have Calafiori, who does, unfortunately, a brilliant player. He's a brilliant player, but unfortunately, he has been getting a lot of injuries. Right now, he can't even give us 2 games in a row. Like, I don't remember the last time he's given us 2 games in a row. He played against was it Newcastle, or I forgot what team he played against recently. I think it must have been Newcastle. He came off injured, and since then he didn't participate in the open training session. He didn't come on against Spurs. He was even on the bench. So it does look like, unfortunately, we could be in a situation where once again a very young talented player we signed in Calafiori, Tomiyasu, who unfortunately has an injury problem. Now, of course, it's too early to say. Maybe with Calafiori, I guess we're gonna have to give it in the next few weeks. We'll see if he plays in any of the Emirates Cup game. But it does look like Arsenal are potentially in the market for another centre back, in case for injuries, and also in the case of Kivio or Zinchenko leave. Now, of course, with Zinchenko, we've seen reports of him potentially being removed, not removed, that's a harsh word, been offloaded to Fulham. Now, that rumor has now died down at the time of recording, so we don't know if that's going to happen. But the thing with Zinchenko, there's been so many conflicting reports. One report is saying that Arteta wants him to stay, and then there are other reports saying that he's linked with Fulham. Now, the thing with Arteta wanting him to stay, which really baffles me, because last season, I think there were many games where Zinchenko could have played as a midfield. He would have really has come on as a midfielder, giving us something different. And he never did. He never really featured towards the end of the season, except the last league game where the season was already done. But when we really needed something and Zinchenko was an option on the bench, I don't know why he didn't come on. Arteta never brought him on. So it really confuses me if Arteta is there trying to keep him, when at the same time, when he never used him last season, he really never used him. When we needed something different, he could have brought him on. Zinchenko is still a good player, but he never brought him on. So it will really confuse me if Arteta is trying to keep Zinchenko while seeing his past history with Zinchenko, not really bringing him on. So that would confuse me. With Kivio, again, that would confuse me if Arsenal were to let him go. We have Gabriel, who does not look like he's going to be fit for the Manchester United game at the time of recording. And Calafiori, we don't know what's happening with Calafiori. So we really have that left centre back option open right now. We've got too many injuries, and we don't know who's going to start there. And most likely at this current time, I think a lot of Arsenal fans would probably predict Kivio to start at the left centre back, and I think we should keep him. I think he's a good option off the bench, and even when he does play, he does the job. So it wouldn't really make sense for Arsenal to get rid of Kivio unless a really good fee comes for him, that which we cannot simply refuse. Because as of now, look, Kivio, he can play left back, he can play the left centre back, and one thing that he has to him, his game, and maybe goes under the radar, is his left foot cross. He has a really good cross on him, and he has a really good long ball on him. Every time you see it you saw it even in preseason, I think it was against AC Milan, he gave the assist. Go watch it back if you haven't. At the edge of the box, whips in the cross, probably better than majority of our wingers. Whips in the box, goes to Saka, Saka scores. In last season, I remember Every time David Villa used to pass him the ball, he used to make so many passes where he just launches it straight to the striker, and from there we just basically skipped building up from the back, the whole midfield, and suddenly we're on attack. So he does have that Arsenal in his locker. So for me, I know also some Arsenal fans may not rate him the highest, but I would keep him as a good backup option. He stays fit. That's the number one option. And when he does play, he gives us his all. He of course there are some moments where he does look a bit shaky, but look, he was signed for £15 million. I'm not expecting him to turn into William Saliba 2.0. I know what his levels are. I know what we signed him up for. Like I accept him. Like that's why for me, I wouldn't mind. I would want Arsenal to keep Kivior and keep the rest of the money for up front. That's where the money needs to be going. No more signing defenders. We have enough defenders. Keep the money and go get a winger. Go get Eze. Let's get these deals wrapped. Let's get these deals across the line. Those deals that really, get us across the line. The likes of Eze, the likes of Rodrigo, Rafael Leao. These are the type of signings that we need. Not another young centre-back. As he may be brilliant, but we need signings for now, not for another 2-3 seasons. We're trying to win the Premier League this season. So let's see what happens with this centre-back option in terms of Jeremy. I do think at the end, Arsenal will probably end up signing him. I think we're probably going to see Zinchenko leave soon. I don't even know, honestly. Or Kivior leave soon, because Fabrizio Romano did say a lot of clubs are interested in Kivior. And it makes sense. He's a Premier League proven. He's been playing for Arsenal, so yeah, he's good on the ball. So it makes sense for a lot of Premier League clubs to snatch him. And if we do get a good fee for him, then it would be hard to reject it. But yeah, let's see what happens. Like I said, I do think Arsenal will end up signing Jeremy. I think it will be one of those deals that we sign him and then loan him out, similar to a William Saliba. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think Arsenal should be signing another centre back? Do you think we have an injury crisis at the across our centre backs? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.